Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, we're going to talk about the actual cost for $10,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense life insurance, or funeral funds for a 75-year-old female. Now, first thing you need to know is you can go to our website at funeralfunds.com, click the state you live in. We're licensed in all 50 states. We can help you anywhere you live. Click in the coverage amount, put your birthday, and you'll be able to click the Get Quotes Now. You'll be able to see our exact quoter that we use to help people. It's going to show all the different insurance companies, all the different pricing, and you can actually apply right from there if you find something that you like as well. But first thing we'd like to chat about for a 75-year-old female is $10,000 going to be enough for your actual needs, what you want to accomplish after you're done, after you've died, right? So if you're going to be cremated, $10,000 is more than enough. The average cost of a cremation right now is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. And the average cost of a cremation where there's a ceremony or celebration of life or something like that, some sort of get together, that's probably $3,500, $4,500. So $10,000 is more than enough. Now keep in mind, we don't recommend people over-insure. So if you're just going to have that simple cremation and you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, $5,000 is probably fine. And if you are going to have that service, you might want to bump it up to like $7,000, $7,500. If you're going extra fancy, maybe $10,000. But again, most of the people we help are on a fixed or limited income, so we don't recommend over-insuring. Just get what you need right now. You can always add more coverage later. Now, if you're going to be buried, $10,000, that would cover the cost of a burial right now. Keep in mind, though, that prices do go up over time. And if you're 75, you probably want to get to 80 and maybe even 85. And we know prices do go up. But if you walk into pretty much any funeral home in the United States right now with a $10,000 check, they'll get it done. It would be silly of them not to do that as a rule, because you could walk down the street and I'm sure their competitor would take that money. But the fact is if you're in good shape and you plan on living, 5 or 10 years more, you might want a little bit more coverage, maybe $12,500, maybe $15,000 or so. But again, if your budget's tight, just get $10,000 for right now. That covers, first day coverage. That's going to cover everything as of right now. And if you need to, we can always add more coverage later. So we do recommend you get first day coverage. That's what we help people with at Funeral Funds of America. First day coverage or benefits. Low cost same day approvals. The reason you want first day coverage is none of us knows if we're going to live another 20 seconds or another 20 years. So the first day coverage is really important. What that means is if your policy started today and you died tomorrow, it'd pay out in full. So it's very important. Now, some people would say, hey, those first day coverage policy have health questions and I'm not in that great of health. Well, we work with so many different insurance companies and they all have different underwriting. And because of that, 95% of the people we help are going to qualify for first day coverage. The only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage is if you had a really significant health issue, like a terminal illness where you're going to die in the next 12 months, or dementia, or you're on dialysis, or in a hospital or in a nursing home. The other thing that we get a call, seems like almost weekly, people say, hey, we had a family member die this last week. Their body's at the funeral home. They didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. We need to get an insurance policy really quickly to get the funeral home paid so they can get everything done. And we have to tell them, unfortunately, there's not a single company in the United States that will approve a policy for a dead person. So it's really sad that somebody put them in that situation when they just could have had insurance that had first day coverage. It would have taken care of everything. So just learn from their mistake. You need this insurance sooner than later. The other thing is we don't recommend policies with 2-year waiting periods. So there's a number of different insurance companies out there. Colonial Penn's one of the most well-known because they just advertise like crazy. Seems like they're on the TV every 7 minutes or so. And they advertise that $9.95 plan, which is a 2-year waiting period. Like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha product, that's a 2-year waiting period. AIG, Gerber, they both have 2-year waiting period plans. The thing is, though, there's a lot of insurance companies out there that have done a great job of convincing the American public that, you're forced to buy a 2-year waiting period policy and that's all that's offered, nothing could be further from the truth, because we help people with first aid coverage all day long, and we save a lot of people a lot of money. So let's jump back and look at 995 plan, because there's a lot of 75-year-old females that would go, oh, I'm going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 for $9.95. And they are so enthusiastic until they find out that one unit of coverage for $9.95 only pays out $762. Woo! When you watched that Colonial Penn TV commercial and you were so excited, did you think that $9.95 would only get you $762? Yikes. So that's not even enough to cover a cremation, much less a burial. So just be careful on what you see in advertising. And if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Now, Colonial Penn's got their unit system. You click over here per unit, and you've got to kind of play around with the numbers, because they kind of come up with, you can't buy for a 75-year-old, you can't buy 10,000, because it comes up with these goofy numbers like 762. They're just really odd numbers. So we'll get as close as we can. I don't know what it'd be, 14 units. No, it's a little over 13 units. Let's just go with 13 units. Let's go 13 units. That's 9,906. So that's pretty close to $10,000. And that's going to be roughly $130 a month. I'm just rounding the number up from $129.35. Let's go see what the price for that would be with first aid coverage. So let's see here. So we've got $10,000. I want to show you everything. Female, age 75. Let me update this just in case we didn't have that adjusted. And again, Colonial Penn is $130. I'm rounding the numbers up. And if we look here, we've got two different companies basically within dollars and pennies. We would recommend Trinity Life. Super easy approval. You don't have to wait days or weeks or maybe even months. Some insurance companies just don't have things smoothed out. With Trinity Life Insurance, we can get a same-day approval, which is absolutely terrific. So if we look again, Colonial Penn's $130 for a 75-year-old female, and we've got like Trinity Life. I'm just going to round the numbers to about $70 roughly. So, Colonial Penn is not quite 200% more, but fairly close. I don't want to do the math in my head. They are substantially more expensive for the same amount of coverage. And keep in mind, it's got a 2-year waiting period. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So you are definitely better off going with, other companies. You could probably almost get $20,000 worth of coverage for what Colonial Penn's charging for $10,000, well, less than $10,000 with a 2-year waiting period. So just be aware of how marketing works, and if you can keep money in your own pocket, it's a beautiful thing. Let's look at some other companies here. Try to find somebody that advertises quite a bit. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, like Lincoln Heritage, fine company, level coverage, which means first day. But look at their pricing. Holy cow, $103. So they're more because they've got a plan where when you pass away, they'll call 2-3 different funeral homes and, check out the pricing, kind of get you the best deal, do a couple other things, whatever they do. But you pay for that. You pay for that the whole process. So 103 versus 71. So that's roughly $30 more a month. So you're going to overpay $360 a year. And if that 75-year-old female lives to age 85, you will have overpaid $3,600, $3,600 for somebody to make 2 or 3 phone calls and maybe do a couple other things. So if that seems expensive to you, then, you can go with a company like this, like Trinity Life Insurance, great company. And then what we do is we provide a funeral and estate planning guide, and you can just fill that out in advance. It includes all your wishes and who gets what goes where, and where you want to be buried, all that stuff. And your family will have all that information. You just keep it with your insurance policy. And your family will know that you love them and that you cared about them and you were thinking about them well in advance, and knowing that on one of the most difficult days, both emotionally and financially, that they were thinking about you and they took care of you. So what a loving memory. So again, you can go to our website, funeralfunds.com, and just fill out our quote, call us on our toll-free line. We will actually, in the comment section of this video, we will include links to other coverage amounts for female age 65 and our YouTube specific quote page where we get you special pricing and the best discounts. That is funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And whether you have an existing policy and you just want to price shop it to see if you got the best deal, or you have an existing policy and it's not enough and you want to add more coverage, or you don't have anything and you want to get coverage, or even if you just want information, just reach out to us. We will help you out. And we just can't wait until we hear the sound of your voice. But until that day comes, you take care, you stay safe, and you have a nice day. Bye-bye.